ensure your safety and comfort and that of your fellow passengers, we request that you pay attention to the following important messages. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. Please don't open or close any of the windows. If you'd like to have your windows adjusted, just ask a train crew member for assistance. Also, if you're seated next to an open window, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our train crew. Up front, our engineer is Ken, Bill is the fireman, Brian is our train master, Paul is our conductor, Greg is our trainman, Elizabeth is our parlor car attendant, Ann and Bob are student brakemen. Welcome aboard, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little bit about our locomotive, number 3025. This coal-burning steam locomotive is a 282 Mikado type. It was built in 1989 by the Tangshan Locomotive Works of China, originally operated on the Knox and Kane Railroad of Pennsylvania before being acquired by the Valley Railroad in 2008. After an extensive rebuilding in our Valley shop, 3025 began service in November of 2011. During today's operations, our firemen will shovel by hand over 3 tons of coal into the firebox, and engine 3025 will evaporate over 6,000 gallons of water into steam.
3 tons of coal?
Here's some information on our parlor car called the Great Republic. It was built in 1930 by Pullman and used on the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad on its premier express train called the Yankee Clipper. It ran along the shoreline between New York City and Boston. The 500 and 600 series coaches and the open car were built in 1914 and 1915 by Pullman for the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad, where they were used in commuter service on the Hoboken Terminal in New Jersey. The 1000 series coaches, ones with the mahogany wood interiors, were built in 1925 by the Bethlehem Steel Company of Wilmington, Delaware, for the Central Railroad of New Jersey.
Okay, folks are just doing the train?
Yes.
Okay. Folks are just doing the train. Thank you.
Is that too loud for you? The open car, it's really loud. Oh. Right here, so
Here's some more railroad history for you. The original Valley Railroad began operation on July 29th, 1871, running between Fenwick and Hartford. The railroad built wharf and warehouse facilities at Saybrook Point, as well as an engine roundhouse and turntable. In 1882, the line was acquired by the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad, which was then under the control of J.P. Morgan. Passenger service on the Valley Line ended in 1933. Freight service ended in 1969 when the line between Old Saybrook and Middletown was acquired by the state of Connecticut, then leased back to the current Valley Railroad Company. It began operating steam excursions on July 29, 1971, and that was exactly 100 years to the day of the line's original.
Right through the... We're paralleling Highway 154. Enjoying the train.
enjoying our beverages.
Just like at the tennis. Corona.
He's enjoying his Corona.
What?
I said he's enjoying his Corona.
That's enough.
nature sanctuaries are affected by the Connecticut River tides, and many species of wetland-dependent birds can be seen in this area. There are black-and-wood ducks, bald eagles, swans, red-winged blackbirds, osprey, great blue herons, and many other species, including two of our state-threatened birds, the Cooper's hawk and the great egret.
Wetlands out here.
Now we're about to pass through the town of Deep River, an interesting little town. Back around the turn of the 20th century, this area was a thriving transportation center for the railroad and steamship traffic which operated between Hartford and New York City. This area supported many piers and warehouses which accommodated the great riverboat steamers. The Deep River docks were the receiving and shipping points for many different raw materials and finished products. The landing area was home to the Dennison Brothers shipyard, where over 65 schooners were built for use in the coastal or West Indies trades. From 1845 to 1931, this dock area was also a daily stop for the Hartford to New York steamboat. That overnight journey by boat took 13 hours. Now, coming up on the left side of the train, opposite the river, we'll pass through Deep River Landing, and you'll see the original Deep River Free House. This historic structure, which dates back to 1890, is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. We will be returning to Deep River Landing later on to make our boat connection, but first, we continue north to the end of today's run in Chester.
Deep River Landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, is a part of the Connecticut State Park System.
We were just talking about the Gillette Castle being visible on the north bank of the river.
eclectic, beautiful town of Chester, a small structure on the left side of the train, was once the Quinnipiac Station located in North Haven, Connecticut. It's now named Chester Station. The original Chester Station is located on the left across the street. It's the brick ranch-style building with a beautiful fieldstone chimney. Now, coming up on the left side of the train is the marsh area associated with Chester Creek and the Pattacont Brook. This area is the habitat of the great blue heron, as well as for ducks, geese, egrets, and swans. And across Chester Creek and off to your right, at about the 2 o'clock position, way up there on the far hillside, you'll have another great view of Gillette Castle. There's Gillette Castle, way up there on the right, on the hillside. Now, in just a few moments, we ask that you take a look toward the river again and Hilltop. As we cross Ferry Road, you'll get another excellent view of Gillette Castle from the train. Passengers going on to the riverboat cruise will get a much closer view of the castle from the riverboat later on.